Hello children, how are you all? I hope you are happy and healthy. Children, as you all know, we have started last chapter of this book, your supplementary reader book, An Alien Hand. And the chapter name is also An Alien Hand. So children, aliens, as you all know, we just we are thinking that they are the not of this world, they are the human being from another planet. So that is our thinking, because aliens stories we must have heard many times. So children, this is an amusing fiction by the author anthrophysicist J. So the author of this story is, as you all know children, Jayant Narilkar. So children, this is amusing fiction, and the story narrates why the Viking missions NASA to find life on Mars failed. So children, let's start, because we have started few paragraphs we have completed yesterday. Now here the main character of this story is Tillu, and Tillu was wanted to go that passage where the father used to go every day. So one day he got chance and he went over there, and he just got that security guard, and he just you can say scratches over there, and he got entry inside that hidden passage. A metal door barred his entry, but Tillu had watched his father slip the magic card into a slot. He just scratched on that over there, this magic card, and he just got entered in that passage. He did the same, and the door opened noiselessly, and a well-lit passage seemed to beckon him. Now here you can see the next, when the door was opened, he saw a big huge passage lit. It means it was full of light. He saw that was there. Now snatching the card, which had come out of the another slot in the wall also, Tillu started his march along a gentle upward slope. There was a slope, on that Tillu started his walk. Now, for the passage led from the underground habitat, as we have discussed, this is called house or home, so to surface of the planet. And when at the end of that passage, he could find that habitat of surface of the planet. Tillu looked forward to seeing the sun if it was daytime, or the stars if it was night, about which he had heard and read so much. So now here children, you can see he had a curiosity about sun and the stars, because he never seen that sun and stars, the heavenly bodies, he never seen. Now, but alas, there wasn't to be that place, because he was full of curiosity, and then he found nothing. So that was alas is written over there. It means he was disappointed. Tillu had underestimated the security arrangement, because he was really a small child. That is why he could not able to understand the security arrangement of that passage that was built by the NASA. So it was a quite you can say very complicated type of the facility were provided by the NASA, and it was a top security over there. That is why the small child would not able to understand the security arrangement. So he was just underestimated. It means he could not able to understand the security measure. So invisible mechanical devices had already detected and photographed the small intruder sent his picture to the Central Bureau where it was thoroughly checked. Now here children, you can see, as we used to see these type of the things whenever we are moving in the mall, whenever we are moving very prohibited areas, so there is always a camera over our head, and wherever we are moving, you just capture all the things. So that is the main thing that you can see in this paragraph, that because he was so small, that is why he was not able to characterize that type of the facility which was provided by the NASA, and he would not able to understand that security things. So that is why he just scratches that cards or swiped the card and just entered in the passage. But the security was very tough over there, that is why he was disguised. Now here you can see the devices had already detected. The devices were there, so they just already detected that person, and the photograph was taken by the camera and it was sent to the Central Bureau. Central Bureau thoroughly investigate that person and what he found, and before he had advanced 10 paces, a strong hand fell heavily on his shoulder. Now, and before he had advanced, now here when he wanted to move forward, then 10 paces a strong hand fell heavily on his shoulder. On his shoulder there was a very strong metal hand. So gently but firmly he was escorted. Gently but very heavily, or you can say very firmly, it was escorted. Security staff back home to an anxious and angry mother. While he was being scolded, he received help from an unexpected quarter. Now he just picked him up and go through that house, and the Tillu was already in the house. So their mother started scolding that child because it was always prohibited to touch that security guard or that entry, which is only and only for his father. "Let me explain to him, darling," said his father, who had just got up. "If he is properly briefed, he will not do such a thing again," he started to explain. Now, while scolding, the mother was scolding, as you all know, children. In between, the father woke up of his very calmly sleep. He just woke up and said, "Please stop scolding this child, my darling. So I'll explain. If I'll explain each and everything to this Tillu, so he would be able to understand what is the seriousness of going through that passage." So children, let's start. "Listen, Tillu, I work on a surface where an ordinary person cannot survive because the air is too thin to breathe and where the temperature is so low that you would freeze to death." Now father started explaining to this little child. What he explained? Here you can listen, Tillu. Listen with your full conscience. That is why I am giving you warning to know and to don't go over there, because it is quite dangerous place. The place where I am working, the father was working, that was very dangerous place. You cannot breathe properly. You cannot live in a very normal way because the temperature is so low. And you can freeze over there or you can die. So that was the very dangerous place where the father of Tillu was working, that he was explaining. But daddy, how do you manage to survive? Now, this curious child again asked, so how do you survive, daddy? Because I go well equipped. Now, the father was ready to answer and he said, because I am well equipped. I have so many equipments. I have oxygen. I'm wearing my jacket and everything which is specified that particular weather, that type of the clothes we are wearing. So that is why we can survive over there, child, because I go well equipped in a special suit with the reservoir of oxygen. Now, we are not going in a very simple way. It is not a way of walking only. It's having a restriction, and with restriction, it's having a danger also, that place. So that is why the NASA has provided me so many things. I am well equipped with this. So every equipment which we are wearing or carrying, that is suitable for that. And I am wearing in a special suit. We are moving in a special suit with the reservoir of oxygen. It is so full of oxygen we are having. I can keep warm. My boots are especially designed to make it easy for me to walk on the surface. Because it is chilled area, that is why my boots or my shoes are made like that. So it can moderate the temperature over there and we can move very swiftly over there. So my body is not going to freeze over there because of the low temperature. Now my boots are designed like that, according to the weather, according to the environment of that passage. So, designed to make it easy for me to walk on the surface. What's more, I have been trained to survive and work on the surface. Because I am working on the surface of that planet, that is why I am well trained, well equipped, well planned. That is why I used to go in that passage, because I am trained person. I am having each and every, I can face each and every problem. So that is why I used to go over there. So children, we are moving to the next paragraph. There was a time when our forefathers lived on the surface quite naturally. Indeed, they did so for the millions of the years, but times change. The very sun which had provided us with sustenance turned hostile. I changed only slightly, but the change was sufficient to upset the balance of nature on this planet. So now, the father started telling the history of living surface. So as he said that our forefathers, it means ancestors, were also living on that surface with the help of nature. Naturally, they were used to live over there. So as the time passes, we just provided many facilities, we just developed many facilities to live over there. So, but that natural habitat was more relevant than our artificial habitat. So something which they have done, that was also a good task, but we are just using the facility that was provided by the science, so that was wonderful. The very sun which had provided us the sustenance turned hostile. It changed only slightly, but the change was sufficient to upset the balance of nature on this planet. So, because the sun is you can say that it gives energy. So that is missing. That is why we have upset that whole planet balance of the nature on this planet. First, the birds became extinct. The animals followed. The fish could not bear it anymore either. We managed to survive only because of our superior technology. But we were forced to live underground under artificial conditions. Thanks to solar energy, we can generate sufficient power to make our life comfortable. But the machine which make the possible must always be in good working condition. Some of them are on the surface. One belongs to the team whose responsibility is to keep watch on them and to service them. Now here, when we used these type of the technology to avoid sun, that time first the bird became extinct. It means the bird became extinct when they flew away. They were not having their habitat over there. So that is why they flew away. They just migrated from that place. The animals followed. After the birds, the animals followed. They were also went away. Now the fish couldn't bear it anymore either. Now because the fish was also not even bear this type of the condition, we managed to survive only because of our superior technology, because of this science, because of this superior quality of technology. That is why we are surviving over there. Animals, birds, insects were all flew away, all passes away because the harsh condition of that. But we were forced to live underground under artificial condition. We forced to live because it's our work, it's our profession to live, because we are well trained, we are well equipped. So that is why we forced to live in that underground artificial conditions. And here, thanks to the solar energy that gives us energy, we can generate sufficient power to make our life comfortable. Because of this solar energy, we can generate more power to live easily over there. Now, but the machines which make this possible must always be in good condition. So this is the condition, this is the very most first priority, that the condition which are doing, the machines which are doing or making this type of the energy. So there is a condition to be very fit in their machine system. So this system should be appropriate. So some of them are on the surface. I belong to the team whose responsibility is to keep watch on them and to service them. So it's my responsibility to keep watch, always very cautious about that machines, because these machines are generators. They are creating energy inside the surface. So we are working on that type of the machinery. So our job to very cautious about that machinery. If any fault will come, so whole system will be collapsed. So that is our responsibility to take care of this type of the critical machinery system. Daddy, can I join the team when I grow up? Now here again the Tillu, because he was very curious about that place, that is why he started asking, Daddy, can I join the team when I grow up? So of course, if you want to, said his father. Now his father was so happy to hear this beautiful answer by his son. So he said, of course, if you want to join us, you can join, because when you grow up, you can opt your profession. But for that, you must be a good boy and do as your parents tell you. His mother had, as usual, the last word. Now, because her mother was very angry because he went away without any information, and that is why she was in a mood of anger. But here the father was consoling him, and he just advised him to be a good boy, not a bad boy. So he will do these type of the things. So children, we have completed first part of the story. Now we are going to discuss our comprehension check. Now first question is, how does Tillu manage to find his way to the forbidden passage? So this is, you can say this is a question that you can see in the chapter also. That day he just stole that security card, and when his father was sleeping, and he just went away to that passage. And second, what did Tillu hope to see once he emerged from his underground home? He hoped to see sun and stars. Now third, why did Tillu's father advise him not to try to reach the surface of the planet? Because it was too chilled. It was too very temperature of that surface was very low. That is why you cannot breathe properly. That is why he prohibited to, or gave advice not go to that planet, surface of the planet. Now fourth, what changes had occurred which forced people to live in the underground homes? Now here what changes had occurred? Which type of the changes you have seen which forced people to live in the underground homes? So because of the artificial things, they forced to live on the underground surface, because they are the people which are very well equipped, very well trained. That is why they are living on the surface of the planet. So they are having their quality to manage that machinery system to generate, which is generating the energy. So now children, we should do question and answers. Now children, we should start writing question and answers. So first question, why was everyone, so the first question, how does Tillu manage to find his way to the forbidden passage? Now I am going to write answer number 1. Just write it down. Answer 1. Tillu managed to find his way to the forbidden passage. Now, by getting hold of his father's security card. Tillu evading his watchful mother's eye. Tillu made his way way to the forbidden passage. So children, write it down. Tillu managed to find his way to the forbidden passage by getting hold of his father's security card. Tillu evading his watchful mother's eye, Tillu made his way to the forbidden passage. So children, complete it. Now we are going to write next question, that is, Tillu pressed the red button. What did the Tillu hope to see once he emerged from his underground home? So children, let's write answer number 2. Answer number 2, we are going to write Tillu hoped to see. Tillu hoped to see the sun or stars and stars once he emerged from his underground home. So children, complete it. The Tillu hoped to see the sun and the stars once he emerged from his underground home. So children, write it down. Now we are moving to next question, that is, why did Tillu's father advised him not to try reach the surface of the planet? Now after the scolding of the mother, Tillu's father said, "Let me explain to him, darling," said his father, who had just caught up. "If he is properly briefed, he will not do such a thing again." Now he started to explain, "Listen, Tillu, I work on a surface where an ordinary person cannot survive." Because he was well trained, well equipped, and his suit, now he's just telling, because I go well equipped and in a special suit with the reservoir of oxygen. I can keep warm, and my boots are specially designed to make it easy for me to walk on the surface. What's more, I have been trained to survive and work on the surface. So children, as we have seen in this, why that passage was prohibited for anyone, because of that low temperature and the lack of oxygen. That is why it was blocked, it was barricaded by the authorities. So children, now next question is, what changes had occurred which forced people to live in the underground homes? Now here we have already seen that when the people forced to live over there, that first the bird became extinct. Then the animals followed. The fish couldn't bear it anymore either. They also went away. We managed to survive only because of superior technology. Because of our superior technology, we just survive over there. Otherwise, it quite difficult for us. It was really difficult because of lack of oxygen, we cannot survive. And here you can see, but we were forced to live underground under artificial condition thanks to solar energy. So here the narrator is telling us there was a harsh condition to survive, and it's quite dangerous for ourselves also. So children, we will be continuing this chapter tomorrow, and we will discuss 2 more questions to write. So children, we will write this answer tomorrow. And I want to say that every child having curiosity. But after seeing these passages and after the suggestion by his father, you can understand that father and mother never and never scold for any reason, if the reason is not serious. So children, whenever your father or mother is scolding you, listen carefully, because it is not their scolding but their love. Love for your protection, your safety, your good living. That is why they are scolding you. Always respect your mother and father. Children, so after that, just with this note, I am going to conclude my video class. So tomorrow we will meet again and we will discuss these questions. Till then, bye-bye and take care.